Grace Church, when was the last time you asked the Lord, Lord, show me what I'm supposed to do? Maybe it's something about marriage or work or family or friends or, you know, political involvement, or maybe it's something about a purchase you want to make, or maybe it's about something you really want to do, but you're not sure if it's the will of God. What do you do in those quandaries? You're seeking the will of God. In Ephesians 5 and verse 17, it says, therefore, do not be foolish. Okay? Don't be foolish. Don't be unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is. So obviously it's understandable, it's knowable. And Paul is going to, then elucidate on some of these things, like going to tell us exactly what the will of God is. Verse 18, don't get drunk with wine, but be filled with the Spirit, and addressing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs and all of that. And he's going to go on to talk to wives and to husbands and to children and to workers and all of that, okay? So when he says understand what the will of the Lord is, he's going to now, the Spirit is going to give us, here's the will of God. But what about when you're seeking direction? What about when you are wondering and the Bible doesn't spell it out for you? Like you keep reading, you're like, it didn't tell me what kind of car to buy. It didn't tell me, who to marry. It didn't tell me, what school to go to. What do I do? And so we start praying, don't we? We start praying. And is that a good thing for a Christian to do? Tell me, is it a good thing for a Christian to pray and ask God for his will, even for his will to be done? Is it a good thing to do? I think we would say yes. I think Jesus instructed us, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven, and all of that. We would pray that way, right? And so to pray for the will of God to be done is a good thing. But is it something that we're told to pray for the will of God when we're about to do something? Is there anywhere in the Bible that might tell us what to do when we're about to do something? Well, I was just thinking about James. Okay, so James, and in James, this is what it says in James chapter 4, verse 13. Come now, you who say today or tomorrow, we will go into such and such a town and spend a year there and trade and make a profit. So you want to do a business, want to move somewhere and do a business. Yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Right? Life is but a vapor. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we will live and do this or that. He goes on to say, as it is, you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil. So whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. Now you come back to the question, what school do I go to? What job should I take? Who should I marry? Where should we move? All of that. It's interesting. It says, if the Lord wills, we will live and do this or that. Now I'm in a quandary again. If the Lord wills, but how do I know if the Lord wills it? I wish I could just reach into the screen here and go, are you feeling it here? I mean, literally put my hand on your shoulder and go, I know, this is tough. This is tough. This is what we're going to talk about on Sunday. We're going to be in Ephesians 5:17. And we're going to talk about God's directional will.